Hello everyone. First time is my first lecture, so I welcome all of you in TYBSc Chemistry, and again I am congratulate all of you for taking decision uh, to take the basic specialization in a chemistry. So we having actually idea regarding the chemistry from basic standards also. But in FYBSc we learn physical chemistry, organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry. In SYBSc one more subject which is added is nothing but the analytical chemistry. So we are getting the knowledge of analytical chemistry, small amount of knowledge we are getting in SYBSc which is related with the analytical chemistry. So in TYBSc along with this four subject we have to study one more subject which is nothing but the applied component. The reason behind to introduce the applied component is there are many number of application of the chemistry in variety of the field. So to take the overview or to get the knowledge of that particular application is actually first or main aspect to introduce the applied component. In our college, applied component for the chemistry is the introduction of drugs and dyes, or you can say that application of the synthetic drug and dyes. So in this paper actually the half of the portion covers the topics related with the drug and half of the portion covers the topic related with the dyes. So in semester 5 we have to learn half of the portion or half of the chapter from the drug and half of the chapter from the dyes. Similarly, the same pattern is for the semester 6 also. So why this applied component is important? The reason behind is that when we are going to study the drug and dyes, we are actually in a position or we are become familiar with these terms as well as the application of these things, because drug is an essential part of our human life. For variety of diseases, for the treatment we require the drug. Now in this pandemic situation we are in a search of actually the drug which is useful for the COVID-19. Similarly, we are using number of dyes in day-to-day life. So we can say that dyes makes up our life the colorful. In that sense, actually, these two topics are important one. So before going to start actually this topic, we are starting our syllabus point from the drug. So we are going to cover some chapters from the drug first, and then we are moving for the dyes section. So first we are going to start the drug. The drug is a essential part of the life. We already said that. But the thing is that there are many number of drugs which are used for the treatment of number of diseases. In world, when we see actually the number of drugs, approximately more than 350,000 of drugs are used for a treatment of variety of diseases, and each year number of drugs will introduced or number of drugs will be added into this 350,000 number. Means people are in a search of number of drugs, people are search for the better drugs, but this is a one side of the drug. The another side of drug is a somewhat somewhat complicated one, because drug is given for the treatment, drug is given for the relief. But if the drug is not proper one, if drug is not given in a proper way, or if the drug given to the patient is an improper one, in all this, if all these things will happen, then some complication will occur. Because drug is a chemical compound, when it goes into the body, it creates some type of the reaction. Some reactions are favorable reaction, some reaction of unfavorable reaction. We considering that reactions as a side effect of that particular drug. So one another aspect to learn the drug is that when the student of chemistry become graduated, at least we are having some idea related with the drug. So what's happen exactly when we are going to doctor prescribed you number of the medicines. We are going to pharmacist, means medical store, we are purchasing that drug and we are taking the drug. We don't have, or we don't have knowledge what the drugs is given, or we can say that we ignore the thing what drug is given by the doctor, because we are just taking that particular drug or particular tablet, particular liquid, syrup, whatever it may be, it is with the regular time interval prescribed by a doctor. But what the content of that medicine, which drug is component of that medicine, we are not bothered about that. So if we are suffering from different disease and doctor prescribed a different type of the drug to us, then definitely complications will occur, and that complications may create the death of the person. So when we see actually the variety of the numbers due to the complications occurs due to the side effect of the drug, the figure is wondering. In America, we know that America is a developed country, and in America many number of medical facilities are there which are the superior than us, means in India the medical facilities are here as compared to this. Definitely in USA the medical facilities are better, but still there is a count that is approximately more than 2 lakhs people are died due to the side effect of the drugs annually. Nowadays we are counting how many people are died due to the corona in America, but regularly at regular time interval we consider regular annually 2 lakhs people are died due to the side effect of the drugs only. So this is a dangerous thing, because 2 lakhs is not a small figure. And to overcome this, actually America spends approximately $76.6 billion every year to come out from these complications. So to treat the patients which is affected by the side effects and so on. When we see the number of causes of the death, the death causes, when we see, the prime cause of the death is nothing but the cardiovascular diseases. Cardiovascular diseases means the diseases related with the heart, means hypertension, hypotension, or some disorder in heart. So all this comes into the category of the cardiovascular diseases. So first cause of the death is a cardiovascular diseases. The second cause is a malignancy, means cancerous growth. Worldwide, second cause is a malignancy for the death. Third cause is the lung diseases, means diseases related with the respiratory tract, like pneumonia or even though tuberculosis. So all these are lung diseases. So third place is accommodated by these diseases. And next one is a trauma. Next one is trauma means accident. So number of accidents will occur, and due to this the death possibilities are there. So four possibilities from traumas. But the major dangerous thing is that the fifth place is grabbed by the side effect of the drug. Means how much probability of death due to the side effect of the drug. So I will definitely request all of you to learn the drug chemistry in such a way that this study or this knowledge will become definitely helpful in our future life. So with this few background, or the we can say that the history related with drugs, we are moving towards our syllabus point. So first chapter of this drug chemistry is nothing but the general introduction to drug. In this chapter we are going to see the number of terms especially used in the medical chemistry, in a medicine. So that will be the important for further chapters. So let's start with the definition of the drug. Actually, from ancient time, the plant extracts, nowadays Ayurveda also using the plant extract as well as the animal extracts or the part of the animal extract in a medicine. So the word drug is derived from actually French word drogue, and drogue means nothing but the dry herb. So there is such a type of reference that as from ancient time we are using the plant extract. So drug having such a type of reference that drogue, the word drogue, which is French word. When we see definition of the drug, drug is any chemical compound. Drug is any chemical compound which is used for the prevention, diagnosis and treatment or cure of the disease. Means what? We are using number of vaccines. We are using number of vaccine. आपल्याला लहानपणी आठवत असेल सगळ्यांना की आपल्याला शाळेमध्ये पण आपल्याला चिकन पॉक्स पासून अनेक गोष्टींची आपल्याला वॅक्सिनेशन केलेलं असतं. कशासाठी केलेलं असतं? द बॉडी क्रिएट्स द अँटीबॉडीज. आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये अँटीबॉडीज तयार होतात आणि दॅट अँटीबॉडीज ऍक्च्युली विल फाईट इफ देर इज सम टाइप ऑफ अटॅक, व्हायरल अटॅक, बॅक्टेरियल अटॅक, then that antibody will fight. Okay, so nowadays we are in a search of the vaccine which is become the preventive measure for the COVID-19. Still many countries are in a search of such a type of vaccine. Okay, then what is meant by the diagnosis? Diagnosis means what is actually we are feeling some illness, but the thing is that the illness is related with the number of things. Means due to the some pathogen coming to the body, some body disorder is there. So to identify which type of actually the illness is it, and that's why these symptoms are coming, diagnosis is necessary thing. So that's why one more actually branch is working, which is nothing but the paramedical studies. So we are having the idea related with the pathological lab, where the urine, blood, stool as well as saliva is tested, and nowadays we are having idea regarding the swab. So especially the corona patient चा swab घेतला जातो नाकातला किंवा आपल्याला कशातला, आणि people are testing whether the corona virus is in swab or not. Okay, according to which it is declared that this is the corona positive, this one is a corona negative one. And next one is the treatment, means actual treatment, means medicines which is used for the treatment. So drug is not only the chemical compound which is used for the treatment, but it also includes some preventive type of the chemical compounds as well as some compounds which is used as a reagent for the diagnosis in a pathological test. Okay. WHO also given one technical definition. We also see that particular technical definition. According to WHO, drug may be defined as any substance which is used or intended to be used for modifying or exploring physiological system. म्हणजे ड्रग म्हणजे असा कोणताही केमिकल कंपाऊंड जो वापरला जातो. कशासाठी वापरला जातो तर एखाद्या डिसऑर्डरला कव्हर करण्यासाठी वापरला जातो. असा कोणताही केमिकल कंपाऊंड आहे तो, किंवा एखादा मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम किंवा सम पॅथॉलॉजिकल थिंग ही आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये गेली असेल, मीन्स फॉरेन थिंग बॉडीमध्ये गेली असेल आणि त्याच्यामध्ये काही बॉडीमध्ये डिस्टर्बन्सेस येत असतील तर त्याला किल करण्यासाठी जे सबस्टन्सेस किंवा जे कंपाऊंड्स वापरले जातात, दीज आर कन्सिडर्ड ॲज अ ड्रग्स. ओके, सो दिस डेफिनेशन इज अकॉर्डिंग टू WHO. Number of drugs are we are using, and for number of drugs actually there are number of sources. So when we see actually nowadays actually most of the peoples are using the synthesized drug. So allopathy is completely based on the synthetic drug, and we are dealing with the synthetic drug. Chapter name is also synthetic drug, but still we must have the knowledge from which or sources actually drug is modified, drug is prepared, and so on. So first major source is a chemical synthesis. The 50% of contribution of the drug is chemical synthesis. So many number of drugs are is synthesized in pharmaceutical industries or in chemical laboratories. Okay. Next source is a flowering plants. Next source is a flowering plant. In allopathy and majorly in case of Ayurveda as well as the homeopathy and Unani medicine, the flowering plants extracts are used as a medicine. So for that medicine, the flowering plants are major source. Okay. Next source is a microorganism. Many types of antibiotics are recovered, or you can say that prepared from some microorganism. The composition, or we can say that the contribution of this is 12%. Next one is minerals. By using some minerals, some drugs are prepared. And next one is a animal. Animal means animal body parts are utilized. Especially people are suffering from nowadays vitamin D3, and for that cod liver oil is there. Cod liver oil is a greater source for vitamin D3. It's the animal origin. Even though in diabetic condition, if the patient is unable to produce the insulin, then external insulin will be injected, and that external insulin is nothing but having the plant origin. So such a type of contribution is there of animals also into the medicine. Next we are moving towards the ideal drug, or the term ideal drug. Though we are using the many number of drugs, each and every compound cannot be considered as a drug. Otherwise any chemical compound may showing some property which is useful, or which gives some specific effect which is a positive one, but that only not condition for the ideal drug. The first condition of ideal drug is its action is a localized one, means action is at one side or at the single side. Means what? When the drug is administered to host, means to the patient, its action should be localized at the site where it is desired to act. In actual practice, there is no drug which is showing the localized action, but still it is a ideal condition, and we are searching in such a type of drug. Next point or next characteristic is drug should be safe and efficient. It should be the safe and efficient means it should act on the system with efficiency as well as the safety. The thing is that if drug is not a efficient one, means what is meant by the efficient drug and inefficient drug? When we are considering the drug, especially suppose for a specific type of illness, if the required drug quantity is more, means suppose the patient is suffering from headache and it requires suppose 100 grams of the specific drug for the illness for getting the relief, then we can't say that that particular drug is a efficient drug, because minimum quantity मध्ये किंवा within the minimum quantity, if it gives actually the specific or the desired effect, then we considering this drug as a efficient drug. So minimum quantity मध्ये जो ड्रग इफेक्ट देतो त्याला आपण efficient drug म्हणतो, and that will be considered as a efficient drug. Okay. Next actually is a drug should be non-toxic one. I mean it should not have any type of the toxicity. It cannot damage the body. It cannot give the toxic effect to the patient. Means it what is meant by toxicity? Means a poisonous type of action. What is meant by the poisonous action? Poisonous action means the damage of the tissues and cells or the process which cannot be recovered or which cannot be altered, or you can say that this type of change is not irreversible one. So once cell gets died, one tissue gets damaged, it cannot be covered afterwards. So drug should not show any type of toxic effect. Next one is it should have minimum side effect. We say that drug cannot give the side effect, but this thing will not happen, and that's why this point is introduced here as a characteristic, because if drug is not giving the side effect, that will be the too much ideal drug. So here we are considering the minimum side effect, because it cannot give the single reaction, it gives a multiple reaction, some are favorable, some are adverse one. So characteristics or the ideal characteristic, we think that it should give the minimum side effect. Next one, it should not injure the host tissue. It should not injure the host tissue or physiological process. Mean toxicity, we discussed already that. It should not injure the host tissue or physiological process. And next one is it cannot create the resistance. Means the cell should not acquire tolerance. Cell should not acquire tolerance or resistance to the drug after prolonged use. What's happened exactly? Many number of drugs we are using. If we are taking certain drug for prolonged period, means suppose for week, for even for month or for year also. So after the prolonged use, what's happened many times, that drug is not in a position to give specific type of action. थोडक्यात आपल्याला असं म्हणता येईल की बऱ्याच कालावधीसाठी एखादा ड्रग आपण घेतलं तर बॉडीमध्ये त्याचा रेजिस्टन्स क्रिएट झाला नाही पाहिजे. नाहीतर काय होईल की एखादा ड्रग मी 4 महिने 2 महिने 1 आठवडा घेतल्यानंतर दुसऱ्या आठवड्यामध्ये तेच ड्रग जर का मी घेतलं तर इट कॅनॉट यूज द इफेक्ट. But this is also ideal condition. Many types of drugs create the resistance, and that's why the thing is that, especially for the antibiotic, when we go to the doctor, if the doctor is a familiar doctor, and that's why actually we are considering that we are ॲक्च्युली सजेस्टिंग दॅट आपला जो डॉक्टर आहे तो एकच असला पाहिजे, बिकॉज ही नोज what are the actually allergic conditions are to you, which drug is given to you, which antibiotic given to you previously. So when next time it gives the medicine, he considered that the previously this medicine is given, so we can change the medicine next time to restrict the development of resistance. Okay, moving toward the next point, classification of drug. Drug is classified into actually the 4 categories. First one is a pharmacodynamic agent, next one is a chemotherapeutic agent, then vitamins, and then hormones. So all these categories are considered as a all these categories are classified depending upon their therapeutic action. We can categorize this drug or classify drug depending upon their structures also, depending upon the method of preparation also. But in this chapter we are only dealing with the classification of drug based on the therapeutic action. So first classification of drug is a pharmacodynamic agent. Pharmacodynamic agent means these drugs are used for various physiological functions of the body. Means suppose there is some disturbances in the physiological functions, so to normalize this type of the function, these type of the drugs which are used are categorized into the category of pharmacodynamic agent. Next category is the chemotherapeutic agent. The chemotherapeutic agents are used in the treatment of infectious diseases. Means what? Means some infection is here, it may be the viral, it may be the bacterial, it may be the protozoal, or any type of the foreign material due to which some allergic conditions are occurred, some illness is occurred, it may be the fungi also. So to kill that particular thing, to suppress the development, to suppress the multiplication of that particular organisms, some agents are used, some drugs are used, they are considered as a chemotherapeutic agents, and that's why many times this type of therapy is also considered as a chemotherapy. Okay, actually the chemotherapeutic agents acts in such a way that they kill or destroy the disease producing organism without any harmful effect on the cells in which the organisms are present. Means cells remain intact, only organism is suppressed, organism is killed. Okay, so this type of agents are considered as a chemotherapeutic agent. Here in this figure we can see that neurological, ophthalmology means eye related some disorders are there, some lungs related or respiratory tract related disorder, some heart related disorder, then problems related with the abdomens, means like the indigestion and so on, and some psychological problems. So all these are comes under the these are the some disturbances in a physiological function. To cure this, actually the drugs are utilized, and that drugs are considered as a pharmacodynamic agent. Okay, pharmacodynamic agents are generally classified in non-selective CNS depressor. It may be the hypnotics and sedatives. We are not discussing all other points because we are going to discuss these points in details in separate chapter. So just here we are getting some introduction. So first classification is non-selective CNS depressant. Then selective modifiers of CNS. CNS means central nervous system. Selectively they depress central nervous system. Selective modifiers of CNS. Then CNS stimulants means central nervous system stimulant. नेक्स्ट वन इज ॲड्रेनर्जिक स्टिम्युलंट्स म्हणजे ॲड्रेनर्जिक ग्लँड स्टिम्युलेट करणारे काही केमिकल्स आहेत. देन हिस्टामाइन्स अँड अँटीहिस्टामाइन्स मीन्स हिस्टामाइन आणि अँटीहिस्टामाइन्स आर कन्सिडर्ड ॲज अ फार्माकोडायनॅमिक एजंट. देन लोकल अनास्थेटिक especially utilized for operation purpose. Then cardiovascular agent, the drugs which is utilized for heart diseases. Then hematological agents means drug which are useful in case of the anemia means. Then diuretics which increases the urine output. So all these type of agents are considered as a pharmacodynamic agents. Okay, so next category is a chemotherapeutic agent. Next category is a chemotherapeutic agent. Chemotherapeutic agents are categorized as organometallic compounds, and anthelmintics means helmintics. You can say that आपल्याला जंत माहिती आहे, जंतावरती ज्या औषध असतात त्याला म्हणतो आपण अँथेल्मेंटिक्स. अँटी प्रोटोझोअल अमिबोसिस मध्ये वापरले जाणारे, अँटी मलेरियल, अँटी फंगल, अँटी व्हायरल, अँटीसेप्टिक, अँटी बॅक्टेरियल, अँटी ट्युबरक्युलर ड्रग्स मीन्स used in tuberculosis. Then anti-leprosy drugs used in leprosy means कुष्ठरोग. Anti-neoplastic means drugs used for the cancerous growth. Then last one is antibiotics. Antibiotics means used to kill the some microorganism or microbial growth in our body. So these are the types of the chemotherapeutic agent. Then we are moving towards the next, which is nothing but the vitamins. We have an idea that vitamins are actually the chemical compound essential for our natural body growth. Chemical compound which are useful for the natural body growth, but body is not in a position to synthesize the vitamin. So the source of vitamin is our food. So from some type of the fruit, some vegetables, we are getting some vitamins. Okay. Nowadays the peoples are suffering from vitamin D3 and vitamin B12 deficiency. So more than 60% of peoples are suffering from the deficiency of vitamin D3 as well as the vitamin B12. So vitamins are categorized into three categories. First one is a water soluble vitamins. Next one is a fat soluble vitamins. And last one is insoluble in both water and fat, means vitamins which are insoluble in both water and fat. Water soluble vitamins are vitamin C and vitamin of group B. So we are having idea about the vitamin C. People are suggesting take the vitamin C which increases our immunity. So people are actually now becomes aware of the vitamin C. They are taking the tablet. The name of the tablet is a saline. The people are not aware about the, or not aware, or we can say that the people don't like the allopathy. They can't take the vitamin C from the saline. They are taking the juice of lime and so on. Okay, next one is the fat soluble vitamins. So fat soluble vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. All these are the fat soluble vitamin. And the third category vitamins means vitamins which are insoluble in both means water and fat are vitamin H and biotin. Next chemical compounds again we are considering as drugs are hormones. Hormones, having many types of hormones, actually our body is synthesizing the hormones. So this is a regulatory substances. and but body is in a capacity to synthesize these hormones. But many times what's happen, due to the some illness, due to the some disorder, a few hormones is will be not synthesized the body, and in that case the hormones is also given to that particular patient. The well-known example is insulin in diabetic condition or gingival diabetic condition. There are many types of hormones which is synthesized in body. One is the thyroid hormones, and anti-thyroid drugs are also considered as hormones, because itself anti-thyroid drugs are itself the hormones. That's why we are considering in the category of the hormones. Then pituitary hormones and hypothalamic agents or hypothalamic hormones. Then pancreatic hormones and hypoglycemic agent, insulin especially, pancreatic hormone. Then sex hormones. Then adrenal cortex hormones. Adrenal cortex hormones. So these are the hormones actually which is synthesized by body, and these are the regulatory subjects. So we are just taking the overview what we discussed here during this session. We consider the definition of the drug. In definition, we consider any compound or any chemical compound which is useful for the prevention, for diagnosis and cure or the treatment of any type of disease is considered as a drug. Then we consider some parameters of the ideal drug, which drug is considered as an ideal one. There is no single drug which actually obeys all these characteristics or which obeys all these parameters. Then we consider the classification of the drug, and in this classification we considering 4 types, which is nothing but the chemotherapeutic agent, pharmacodynamic agents, then vitamins, and the hormones. Okay, so here with I am going to conclude today's session. Thank you for your patience listening. If you having some type of doubt, any type of the some queries related with this point, you share your queries with me in a Google Classroom, in WhatsApp group, or in you can phonetically also communicate with me. Okay, so thank you all of you. So tomorrow we will starting our session with the next point.